collected mind and attention to my presentation, right? I would like to keep it brief and short because it is indeed a high-level hiring process. It's not. We are not going into the.
We are not.
We are not going into the details. We're gonna go through a high-level process. All right.
My presentation is formulated. is formulated
to
address the problem of.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why we are here. Do you know why you're supposed to be here?
No.
We don't know.
No.
I don't know. I don't know why we're here.
Alright, so reason for us to have this briefing because one, there would be a hiring process for a head of department soon. So I need your involvement, your participation to start the hiring process for one of the vacant position for head of department. Alright, so that's the reason why you are here, so that you understand the process as well as your level of involvement to make sure the process will be executed properly and timely. Alright?
So what?
So you please.
And by doing that, we are able to hire the best candidate for that vacant position. You have this process also?
Yeah.
Because if you don't follow the process correctly, then we may not hire the best candidate.
Alright, betul.
Cakap lah.
Do I need to say?
Yeah. In your words.
So that we will ensure that the candidate that we will hire will best meet our requirement and will be the best talent ever be from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, let's go to the let's go through the process. Alright, so in the high-level hiring process, I'll show you the 4 steps. So the first step would involve shortlisting of the CVs or profiles that we will receive from our job posting. Right? In the first step, there will be 2 tiers of shortlisting. The first shortlisting will be done by the HRCS team. Right? The second tier of the shortlist, after we as a HRCS team do the shortlisting, will forward our shortlisted profile to our SLT, both of our CEO and executive director. So they will go through the shortlisted CVs and then will further shortlist for us, HRCS team, to make enrichment for an interview. Right? So that is the shortlisting process.
So that is a shortlist process.
That is the shortlisting process.
Chup.
The second step of the process is interview. So once we have shortlisted 2, 3, or 4 candidates that we want to meet, then we will make the arrangement for them to come to the office to have a first round.
To have
a first round interview. The first round interview will be conducted by the existing head of HRCS.
Head, not head. Head. Not head. Yeah. Earlier you said it correctly, head.
Okay,
but that one was wrong.
Yes. And another person which will come from your group, which is the VP and senior VP. There will be 2 panel of interview in the first round of interview, right? Then the second round of interview will be conducted. The second round of interview will be conducted by our executive director, who is Dr. Shahrin, right? So that is the interview process. Right? There will be 2 tiers of interviews, just like the shortlisting process. We have 2 levels of shortlisting. The interview as well will be 2 rounds of interview. Now, having succeeded the second round in interview, we will then make the arrangement for the talented candidate to meet our CEO. Right? So this is the different process from the rest of the positions, the rest of the vacancies.
Vacancies.
Okay. Alright, knocking the heads. The vacancies, because the fact that
Look at Ivanka. You have not looked at Ivanka. Not even once. Not even once. Look at her. Not even once. Not even once. Yeah.
I look at.
Okay.
Can you? Sorry, no.
I'm your nodding face.
Nodding face.
Nodding.
Alright. So we will make the arrangement for the selected candidate to meet our CEO. Right? This is the different process. This is where the process is different from any other hiring process for hiring process for any other vacancies.
Yes.
The other vacancies will not require CEO to meet up with them to finalize and close the vacancies. Alright? So in this case, during the third step of finalizing, we will also conduct some background check. This will be conducted via external party, whom we have appointed as our panel. So what this external party background check what this agent will do in terms of the background check will actually look into at least 3 areas. The first is actually the check on the qualification, the validity of the qualification.
Yeah.
Second,
You don't want any
the work
bogus PhD.
experience, going through the work experience, as well as third is conduct a reference check. So, but before we can conduct this background check, we will need to get the consent from the candidate.
Yes.
Yeah, to actually run it. Yes.
What about criminal check or subversive activities?
Sorry.
Criminal check or subversive activities.
Subversive.
Terrorism.
At this juncture, we don't do that. At this juncture, it has not. Those 2 have not been included in our background check. But if that is something that we will actually bring it up to the SLT to actually consider, because there will be additional costs to it if we decide to do so.
Right.
Okay. So at the same time, 3 things running at the same time when the selected candidate to meet the CEO. The background check, and the third one is where I would actually meet up with the CEO to actually discuss about the potential offer package. Right? The offer package has to be in line with our salary scale and benefit, because otherwise there's no point for us to actually make further arrangement, because either party would not agree on what we want to offer and what the person would like to actually requested for. Right? So that's very important to align the beginning now before we proceed further, because the discussion or the session with CEO could be a simple chat. It would not be an informal interview whereby you're going to have one-to-one, go on the further discussion of the work experience. More like getting to know the person, whether the selected candidate can actually enhance our team dynamic, can actually align with our core values and culture. So
Okay.
that is the purpose of that meeting.
Right.
Right, so that's the third step. Now the fourth step.
More energy, come on.
The fourth step.
The fourth step.
The fourth step.
Come on.
Turn around,
Uh-huh.
finally making the offer.
Yes.
Right. So first of all, I think William can actually.
Where got William?
That he's the latest.
Is no William there?
Oh, sorry, the Legolas.
Legolas.
We have
Prince Legolas.
Legolas.
Prince
Prince.
Prince.
Legolas. Okay, Prince. Yeah.
Yeah. He's an elven prince.
Oh, Alvin. Okay.
Couldn't you see his pointed ears?
No. Okay, so in the offer stage, there would be three things that I will have to do.
I would have to do.
Have to do so that you will ensure that at the end of the day the process are smooth and we get to properly hire the person in time. Right? The first is verbal offer will be made.
Okay.
Actually have a discussion and gauge whether the offer is tentatively or is actually meet minimum requirement of the candidate. Okay, this is very important as it allows us to negotiate, both parties to negotiate in terms of the dollar and cent as well as the availability to come in and the other part of the role.
And the other part of the role.
The other part of the role in terms of crafting the job description itself. Right? So then if we have sense that it's going to be a green light, then I'll proceed with issuance of the offer letter. But with that offer letter, but with that offer letter, we have a condition.
We have
a conditional requirement for that candidate to actually pass the medical checkup. Right. Yes. So not passing the medical checkup, the offer will be null and void.
Yes.
Right? So these are the 4 steps in a high level process to actually do our hiring.
To actually
Conduct our hiring for a position in MPRC. Okay. Now there's one because you would be involved in my process. In the process of hiring this particular position, all of you need to understand what are the key considerations in shortlisting the profile of the CVs. Because then you would be able to understand the level, the background of the candidate that you will meet during the interview.
Right.
So, okay, sorry. Before that, this is where is your involvement. Yeah, your main involvement in the whole process will be focused in this area.
Focus
in this area, right? And I would like to actually stress that the timeline in terms of hiring, from the day that we start, which we already kickstart with the job posting last week, to the completion of the completion of the process by issuing the offer would take estimatedly 3 months.
Is estimated to take
3 months. Right? So if we have started last week, which is the midweek of November, we hope to close this by midweek of January. Yes?
In the first step,